Hey, what's up, guys? Kian Brown here with Civil Justus.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, we're just going to talk to you a little bit about whatever we want to talk about. Thank you for watching, and we're excited about what's possible in your life. Always continue to create conversation and create dialogue about things that are important to us. So thank you for watching. What's up?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Good to see you.
Same here.
Haven't seen you in a minute.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Yo, so what's up with the music?
It's going well. Finally feel like I'm starting to gain a lot of traction. Just been able to get comfortable in the place that I want to be, in the space that I want to be creatively. And I feel like now's the time where people are receptive to different types of hip hop, and like it doesn't, I think there's a lot of progressive stuff that's going on. There's a lot of still things that we're like moving away from that we still need to move away from. But I feel good about my lane as an artist. I feel confident. So I've been putting out a couple of projects. I'm hopefully looking to put out my debut LP within the next year or so, and then work from there.
What's your sound? What are people getting more comfortable with these days?
I feel like I feel like moving away from the label and the stigmas of being conscious. Like it's either you're conscious or you're not. Like that's been the labels like for years, in hip hop, and it's like conscious rap. Where I feel like with me, it's like I just feel like my music's socially responsible. Like my music is directed at my community, and I'm not trying to alienate my community. So it's like I don't think there's any content that differs from what's going on out there in terms of popular music or whatever. So I don't have to deem it like underground or conscious or anything. But I feel like I do talk about issues that are important. I do talk about a lot of things that are relevant to what I'm going through, my community is going through. But I'm also a 27-year-old kid from Brooklyn who likes to get fly and do whatever. So it's like, but I just try to make sure it's not problematic. So
What part of Brooklyn?
Bushwick.
Come on, Bushwick. We got people watching from Bushwick. Hey, what's concerning you these days? What are you concerned about?
Really, a lot of it I think is just interesting because it's like, for as much as we've been pushing forward in terms of organizing and promoting awareness and activism, it seems like there's a lot more pushback now. Like it's like really, and in terms of like the media and everything, it's like really out there. Like in terms of just from social media to the actual these news, like kind of how all these racists are like being normalized, and like there's a lot of all these huge overtly really conservative racist folks that are getting these huge platforms, and a lot of kind of liberal people are kind of allowing that and giving them the forum, and it's kind of dangerous because you're allowing these people, especially since we don't even get that platform. Like we're not going to go on these hyper conservative, really racist platforms that they have, and they're going to give us the same type of opportunity to kind of, and it's not even a real equivalency. So it's dangerous because you're allowing this normalcy of being racist, of being homophobic, being transphobic, being all these things, and saying that that's cool and that's all right for people to be, and you're giving these people millions of views and outlets and stuff, and it's just really a dangerous thing.
But if people believe these things, why not have a platform? Why can't they have a platform to speak with like-minded individuals?
Yeah. And again, I think but at the same time though, it's when we act as these people also are not challenging them. So it's you give them these platforms, and it's supposed to be you're on a whatever liberal channel or liberal whatever, and you give them this platform, and then don't challenge them, and you just give them a forum all right, yeah, we're cool, we just people who disagree. When it's well, in terms of racism and homophobia and transphobia, all these things are not, and misogyny are not things that it's just a fundamental disagreement. These are things that oppress people and hold people back. So it's just the lack of challenging them, just giving them the forum to be all right, yeah, it's cool. And also, then you have these articles that are seeing people who are they give fancy names alt-right or whatever, and then give them articles about how how they're handsome and how they're this and how they're cool, and it's just you're allowing this just to be whatever, and it's okay, yeah, they're different opinions. Granted, we need to know what amount of people in this country think and feel, and those things are important in terms of wherever we move forward. But at the same time, it's not. It's almost a complacency or a complicitness that's within. We're just allowing, just all right, the other people there, let's give them more platforms, just give them all of this, and then not challenge them. And it just seems really not only counterproductive but dangerous. So.
Back to your music. Who's your favorite artist right now?
I have a lot. I feel like I'm always listening and going back and forth with a lot of different artists. I'm impressed by like what Young MA is doing. I think she's kind of like, in terms of I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm very like partial, but
Loyalty.
yeah, I think.
Okay.
Sure. So I think she's very just progressive in the sense that like she's kind of like really staking her claim right now, and but still doing it in her own way. Like her sound is very Brooklyn. It's very like hardcore. She's very, and she could spit. So like there's a lot of different things that I feel like she brings to the table that are impressive. And it's again, a lot of people were talked about like how trap music and all this stuff is the wave, and people don't really care about people who can spit anymore or whatever. And then she comes in and she drops a song that's like a really commercial hit, not really super lyrical, but then she drops her freestyles and she lets you know she can spit, and she's really diverse. So I think I appreciate what she's got going on. And then I'm always just going back into listening to like artists that have inspired me, because I like to really spend a lot of time in like with like it's crazy to call it old school now, like old school artists, and like kind of
like who?
see. I mean,
because you old, I ain't old. I'm older than you. How old are you?
27.
Oh yeah. All right, Kanye's old school.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So it's like I like College Dropout was like a huge influence, and it's part of the reason why I do music. Like that and American Gangster really made me want to produce. Like I was always rapping, but I heard those and I was like, College Dropout, because I was like, wow, this is some guy who's like wearing polos and talking about being in college and like basically rapping spirituals and soulful and not gangster. Because 50 was like around at the same time College Dropout, and 50 was like really hardcore, and that was the lane. And then Kanye came through, and I was like, wow, like if you're not a gangster, you can actually be successful in rap. So. But yeah, I just go back, and I'm very New York centered. I love like New York artists, New York music, and I've been wanting us to hold on to that. Like I feel like we have a lot of culture here, and sometimes we shy away too much and kind of ride waves. Where it's like, you look at like Cali, and Cali's had a similar sound. Like all these West Coast dudes and artists have had like that funk, that like West Coast vibe, from like Kendrick to Snoop to whoever. And I think that's important for New York artists to kind of hold on to that and kind of come together and build, especially with the changing, like how demographics and gentrification is happening in the city. It's like important that we are able to tell our own stories and kind of like hold that down. So, I really want us to continue to get back to that. Hopefully artists like Young A and myself, can do that.
Where can they find more information about you and your music, sir?
So you can follow me on Twitter. So Justus, I'm always posting my links and stuff. Sometimes I post like exclusive videos on there. And then SoundCloud, Civil Justus. And my YouTube is youtube.com/theciviljustice. And I have a video I just put out last week on there. So you can check it out and let me know what you think. And I'm always willing to hear feedback and see a discussion.
All right, I've known for many, many years now. We got to support Civil Justice, and that's it for this episode. We'll be back. Facebook Live, Twitter, Facebook, all of that. You'll see him a lot coming up soon. Talk to you later. All right. I don't know how to do this.